I love Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. If you've been on my channel recently, you know how much I absolutely adore this show. It may not be my favorite show, but it's definitely the best show I've ever watched. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend it. It's one of the only good currently airing cartoons right now. Well, besides all the amazing indie cartoons that are up. Also, I've always had a fascination for banned things. I don't know, I just think it's really interesting. A few years ago, I would go and watch Mojo and watch things like the top 10 banned cartoon episodes, and it would kind of freak me out because those episodes are about some really dark topics, but on the other hand, it was just so fascinating. Bringing these two facts together, there is actually a banned episode of Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur that surfaced, and when I saw that the entire episode was leaked online, I just knew I had to make a video about it. Hi, I'm CureInvdaerZcat. I like talking about anime, cartoon, and whatever I'm into at the moment, and today we'll be talking about the banned episode of Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. Disclaimer before we go any farther. Later in the video, I am going to have to talk about politics. It is important for this episode's story. I do not want to see any political debates in the comment section. None whatsoever. I will turn the comment section off if that happens. At the end of the day, I see Republicans and Democrats, and at the end of the day, aren't we just all people who care about our country? So let's not fight, because I'm not here to talk about politics. I'm here to talk about one of my favorite cartoons. This episode of Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur is called The Gatekeeper. The episode starts out with the volleyball team. We've met the volleyball team in a previous episode where they were at a sleepover, and they've been in a few other episodes. There are a couple of really cool people, and they're Lunella's friends. Lunella isn't on the volleyball team herself, as she isn't the most athletic person, but she is there being moral support and the water girl. Casey is also here helping out the school by preparing a halftime show and just keeping everything run and organized. The volleyball team, which is the squirrels, is going against this other team who are purple. I don't remember what they're called. Also, this is their team coach. First of all, she is the villain. Any character in Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur with that face is the villain. Happens every episode. I can immediately tell who the villain is. Not a flaw of the show, it's just really funny. Also, I don't really like using this word too much, but, that coach has the biggest ever seen. Oh my god. Anyway, so this coach is meeting with the other team's coach, and they're just talking about the game. The teams who are playing against each other are meeting each other and just kind of talking before the game starts, but then the coach overhears a conversation that the team captain Brooklyn is having with another person on the team, basically talking about how she used to be on the boys basketball team. The coach hears this and gets very upset because she realizes that this character Brooklyn is a transgender girl. Being transgender means that you used to be one gender, but switched over to the other. Brooklyn was born as a boy, but is transgender, so she is now legally a girl. Anyway, so the coach hears this and gets very upset. That's right, the coach is an absolute homophobe. The coach of the other team goes to talk to the coach of the Squirrels team, basically saying how it is unfair that Brooklyn is playing because she is biologically a boy, meaning that biologically she is stronger and it is unfair that she is playing on the girls team. But the coach of the Squirrels just does not care because he is an absolute he is in the show a lot. and he's just like the best person ever. Like, we love the coach. Anyway, the coach knows Brooklyn is trans and just really doesn't care, because in the long run, it really doesn't matter. However, the coach slips on a banana peel, and I can't really remember if it was the other coach that put the banana peel there, or if it was one of the students, but what's important is that the coach slips on a banana peel and gets himself hurt, meaning that it is very possible that the squirrels are not able to play in the game. However, Brooklyn takes over as the coach. However, the coach of the other team is still trying to get Brooklyn out, because she is very upset about Brooklyn being here, and she's doing everything to get Brooklyn out of the game. I actually think this episode being in the sports setting was a very good choice for the topic they're covering of being transgender, because a lot of transgender people have like issues with sports, and a lot of coaches and stuff, because of, like I said earlier, boys are biologically stronger. So if you were born a male, became a girl, and was put on a girl's team, that means she has an advantage not over her own team, but other teams, or at least that's how it seems. But it really does not matter in the long run, because even if Brooklyn is a little stronger, I don't think she's that much stronger. Also, Brooklyn is really on sports, so she already is gonna be naturally really strong because of her dedication. Anyway, Brooklyn talks to the coach about everything I just kind of rambled about, and Brooklyn's like, no, I'm gonna play, deal with it, you homophobe, and goes back into the locker room. But the coach is the villain of the episode, like I stated earlier. She has this mysterious key and locks them in the locker room, sending them to kind of this weird alternate glitchy dimension locker room, where it's an escape room where they have to figure out how to escape the escape room before the coach blows his whistle and they get disqualified. Of course, as this is obvious, the coach is just trying to make sure Brooklyn doesn't play. I know in real life you can't go to this amount of extremes because weird mysterious keys don't exist, but honestly, she's overreacting. It's one player. Like, throughout the side B of this episode, Casey is trying to stall the coach in some very hilarious side B action. We love ya, Casey. This was hilarious. But focusing on the main plot, basically the team has to find 20 keys to unlock the door. And they go around doing different clues to find the key. We get a song montage where they go find all of the keys, and Brooklyn ended up getting most of the keys and was finally able to open up all of the doors. But as they open the door, they find themselves in a loop. But how is this possible? They found all of the keys. Well, the coach says you have to follow the rules and able to get out. And as the coach sees it, Brooklyn's very existence is breaking the rules. Brooklyn says it herself. Her existence is breaking the rules. And because she found most of the keys, and because she's even in this room, there's no way they're ever gonna get out. Brooklyn feels like such a burden, and she feels so absolutely distraught, and she feels so sorry because she feels like such a burden to her friends. But her friends honestly comfort her and tell her that it is absolutely not true. Being transgender is no problem, and her friends know that and are able to comfort her. And they were able to find a way to get out of the escape room. Basically, the coach isn't following her own rules, so they're not going to follow her rules either. They were able to find a way to break the weird, mysterious escape room thing, and we get this song with a ton of cute video game visuals, and it looks really cool and really cute. And also a lot of pride flag visuals, which was just absolutely amazing. Like I said before, the animation in this show is absolutely phenomenal. The colors are always so bright and vibrant, but it's not in a way that will hurt your eyes. It's in a way that will make you feel peace within your mind, because all the colors just work so well together no matter what song it is. Anyway, they were able to get out and get on the court and finally play their volleyball game. Now, as you can probably guess by the way I'm talking, I love this episode, and everyone else who watched it did too. It's such a shame that this episode is not reaching the public. Sure, people still gotta saw it, but what's really a shame is that the target audience it was intended for did not get to see it. Girl and Devil Dinosaur's target audience is around 12 to 16-year-olds, in that kind of age range, and a lot of those, younger people, I assume, have no idea about this whole scenario. Now, obviously, this episode was banned because of the whole topic of being a transgender person. However, it's a little more deeper than that when you really look into it. And when you really look into it, you can really start to see why people are so upset that this episode was shelved. First of all, Disney has quite the reputation with LGBTQ things, and unfortunately, it is not a great one. Yes, Disney does have shows like Owl House and Invdaer that showcase queer characters, but in their actual movies, it has not been great. The way they have treated queer characters in Pixar has been absolute dookie. So, Inside Out 2 came out a few months ago, right? And there's these Riley and Val. Everyone was immediately shipping. Disney thought Riley was being a little too gay to Val, so they what Disney did to Inside Out 2 is just so unbelievably stupid that my mind can't comprehend it. They forced Pixar to make changes to the writing, the dialogue, the animation, and the freaking lighting to make Riley seem less gay. The lighting? What? There's a little too much rainbow in that reflection. What the heck? But, the thing is, Riley, as she may seem lesbian, the matter of fact is that she's not lesbian. I mean, Pixar might have been implying something, but it's not confirmed. So this is just kind of stoopy. It's the lighting. What Disney did recently with Pixar, even more recently, is what really kind of tipped the boat for me. So Pixar is making this show about baseball called Win or Lose. They've been promoting it forever, and it's been postponed 15 times at this point. Anyway, it's coming out next year. But I said that last year, so who knows if the show is coming out. Anyway, my point is, there was gonna be an episode about a transgender person in a sports setting, but Disney recalled it. Disney put it on the shelves. This doesn't seem familiar at all. This episode is beautiful, and I really am sad it got banned, and a lot of people are mad about it too, but this episode actually won an award, so there's that. Yeah, I'm glad this episode's getting the recognition, and I'm glad one of my favorite cartoons is getting the attention it deserves, even if it's not in the way it deserves. Anyway, thank you for watching, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you all in the next video.